Many congratulations on the business turning 25 years old. It's only right that we interview the man, the myth, the legend who started the JCB Group from the ground up. Everyone, may I introduce owner and managing director, Jonathan Bischoff. Well, what an achievement. If possible, we would like to go back to that time when the business was first set up. What was that like for you?
Well, firstly, thanks ever so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm slightly embarrassed, not quite sure whether that's appropriate. Maybe the myth element is. It was tough. I was 28 years old when I bought the first dealership. I had my first son was due to be born just within 5 weeks of opening that dealership. I guess at 28 you think you know everything, and I soon found out when I crossed the threshold of the first dealership that wasn't quite the case. It was very challenging, and so were the first 5 to 10 years. You know, I was a jack of all trades and probably master of none, doing sales, after sales, doing all the jobs around the business. But I think that was really important for me because that's, I guess, made me have a better relationship with all of my team, because I've done all of the jobs that they do today. So I can understand the complexities of some of those roles, understand the frustration sometimes. So, yes, it was challenging at the beginning, but obviously a moment that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, I bet. So would you say then you were nervous to open your first dealership?
I was nervous. I mean, if I take you back in that time, you know, at that relatively young age for taking on what was a debt at that time of around £3 million, wow, which in today's money is probably double or treble that. It was a massive commitment, and I guess whilst you can have all the entrepreneurial skill in the world, you still got to repay the debt. Yeah. So you know, it was stressful, it was rewarding, and I never look back with any negativity on that decision at all. It was the best decision I've ever made. But yes, nerves and sleepless nights did last for quite a long time.
So would you say you've always been ambitious leading on from that?
Well, I think I've had different times in my life where I've been more ambitious than others. I think my parents would say that when I went to university, I wasn't particularly ambitious because I lasted for only 6 months. It wasn't really my scene. And then I decided to go backpacking in Australia for 3 months. And that 3 months turned into 2.5 years. And I can assure you I wasn't very ambitious in Australia either. So when I came back, I started work at a used car business and quickly got promoted into main dealerships as a sales manager and then a head of business. And that's when my ambition really kicked in. And I guess what drove me to be very ambitious was the fact that I could see that some of the organisations I worked for weren't necessarily doing the job as I would do if I had my own business. And that for me was the real driving force behind making it possible to own my own business and to try and deliver a different type of customer service in a local geographical area.
Perfect. So I guess the question is then, 25 years ago, did you ever imagine the group would be as big as it currently is?
Absolutely not. I remember somebody asked me after I bought the 3rd or 4th site, saying to me, how will you know when the business has got too big? And I remember my response being, well, if I don't know the name of all of my staff's wife or husband or partner and their children's names, then it's got too big. Well, as you can imagine, with 21 sites and over 550 staff today, and the fact that I'm a lot older and my memory is failing miserably, I can't remember that. But the key is with any business is ensuring that the culture's right. We are still a family-owned business. I still operate an organisation where all of our doors are open and anybody can talk to us. So whilst I can't remember everybody's name all of the time, the culture of relationship between the management team and the staff is absolutely still there.
Well, we are currently sat at the first office, Volkswagen Medway, aka head office, and there are, as you said, 21 other sites as well as 550 employees. Have you got further expansion in mind?
Well, we're always looking. I mean, the one thing about the motor industry and part of what has driven our acquisitions over the past few years is that the industry is consolidating. There is no doubt that being a standalone dealership in this modern world of vehicle retailing is very unusual. So our strategy is very clear. We work predominantly with three groups: Volkswagen Group, Kia Group, and Renault and Dacia Group. And I've made it well known that our strategy is to acquire more businesses with those brands to dominate within the Kent and Sussex areas. So in answer to your question, if one of those brands comes up in one of those counties, then we'll always be at the front of the queue to try and acquire.
We like to hear it. So obviously, since I frequently visit all the JCB dealerships, I hear from our current JCB staff as well as new JCB staff that they are delighted to be part of the group, since we have a reputation for being one of the best companies to work for in the motor trade and wider industry. We do constantly hear from our employees about how delighted they are to be part of our team. Could you please explain what the ethos is and how you have created such a sought-after workplace for people in the automotive industry?
Well, for me, it's about treating everybody equally. You know, it doesn't matter what job you do in the organisation. Everybody plays a massive part in delivering a success across our business. I think I also alluded to earlier that I've done all those jobs in these dealerships, so there is nobody better at understanding the challenges that come with some of the roles within our organisation. Hey, and at the end of the day, our staff spend more time in our business than they do at home and with their families. So it's absolutely imperative that the working environment is deemed a family environment as well. And I'm proud of the fact that we have lots of people wanting to work for us. We very, very rarely need to put a recruitment advert into the press. We have a long list of CVs that are automatically sent in to us from people asking that if there were to be an opportunity in the future, could we keep them in mind. That's really important to me, because that makes me accept the fact that we have the right reputation, and if we have the right reputation for people that want to work for us, then we have the right reputation with customers within the geographical areas that we operate in.
That's amazing. Thank you for that, and also thank you very much and congratulations to the 25 years. Here's to another 25. I know personally for me it's a pleasure working here. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jemima, and it's a pleasure having you working here as well. And if I'm lucky enough to still be sat here in 25 years, then I may need to go and visit an organisation that can make me look a little bit younger.
Oh no.
But no, thank you for your time, and I'm delighted to do this interview today.
Great. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.